Now, being a while since I had to turn off the music in this game, I've actually had it on because, yeah, I haven't been making any videos for a while. I've been working full time and that eats up quite a lot of time. But I said that given the fact that I have a pretty big milestone in cars and stuff, I'd make a video unlocking number 200 and kind of, yeah, my intention had been to kind of stop playing at that point, but then Gameloft actually dropped some news that sounded kind of cool for a few reasons. Not that much as like yay cool Nintendo Switch news, but yeah, I said I'd make a video regarding this, me probably still playing until July at least when that drops, and yeah, a few bits about that, and also something that, like, I don't know, I think that Gameloft completely gotten wrong recently. I've mentioned it on Discord on my own private stuff, but yeah, said solid, make a video, it's been too long. So what was Car 200 then? And yeah, they have been chucking them at the Nintendo Switch quite a lot recently, but this was my number 200, the recent GP one, and like, it is absolutely hopeless as a car. I just got it for the sake of going like, it'll be number 200, and that's the point where I'm going to stop. And then, like I said, they of course announced the fact that the Unity was coming to, or Unite even was coming to the Nintendo Switch, or all versions of Asphalt 9 Legends. And like, yeah, that's one where it sounds interesting for a few different ways. Now, technically, I heard about the Unite a bit beforehand, and technically that's 200 cars unlocked. But realistically, I'd also had another one as well in the bag, because, yeah, I've been buying these with the stuff from the Clash all the time. But I was like, yeah, sod it, I'm going to wait till that GP ends, because why not? And yeah, there's 200 and 201 with that cool McLaren that you can get from those Clash coins. If you haven't seen those, by the way, or just thought that Clash stuff was for Jesco only, yeah, there's a few cool cars that you can get from that, working towards the other unlockable through that as well, but I'm still missing a few more blueprints to go. But yeah, the Koenigsegg is still working on that, but have a few blueprints to go on it. There is the Agera RS with 63, and I will likely end up getting that as well before stopping. Yeah, because Unite is said to drop in the middle or towards the end of July, which will probably be set back knowing Gameloft. If you don't know about where to get those blueprints, by the way, for that car number 201 that was there inside in the store when this came in first, yeah, it was initially just locked on the Jesco, so like you could start this car up with the coins from that, but in a patch or two ago they dropped in a few extra ones on this, so you can actually get like epic import parts for, yeah, Volkswagen Electric or through this. They cost like not too bad, I suppose, 3,200. If you have the coins left over and you haven't been getting anything, just be aware of the fact that, yeah, there's a McLaren and another Koenigsegg inside this that are only really unlockable through these means. But yeah, with Unite coming in, that's something that like could be either very good or very bad for the Nintendo Switch. One of the reasons it could be good is because the team behind this game is most likely as good as gone. Yeah, they've been cutting like staff like crazy at Gameloft, and can only really hope that the people behind this version of the game have all been taken out back and, yeah, put down, because I don't know, this game has such an amazing game engine. I've always said it's one of the best driving games I've ever played, but the team behind like giving rewards to players, especially payers, they have lost the plot when it comes to how to run a mobile game. It is just insane to me that you have such an open goal of what a game engine, all the events and stuff pretty much lined up in advance, any negative feedback well known a year in advance from the other versions of this, and yet the team behind this just absolutely have forgotten like how to create a mobile game. And one of the main things with that is FOMO, the fear of missing out. I hate to say, like, use that to your advantage to make a good game, or make an enticing game even, but there is no FOMO with any of the last bunch of special events. In almost every event you have the same crap. It's like incredibly limited conditions, and you realistically see straight away, okay, I need 400 conditions to get this car. That means I can miss out on 60 conditions. You look at the last event of this and see, like, okay, that means that I effectively need to 6 stars this car, or I lose about 20 or so. But you can work out exactly, like, very early on in the events, if you would actually progress to getting the car. And like with this one, I looked at it, went through all the numbers, and I was like, okay, no, my garage does not add up to 400 conditions. So there's no fear of missing out with any of these things. It's like, I will miss out. And what would I need to max out? Because, I have a 6-star, SC18, fucking obviously. But the Kepler Motion, I have a 2. As such, that's the place where I'll miss out on loads of shit. I have a 6-star 911 GT3 RS. I think this is at 4 stars, so I'd know I'd lose some conditions here, the TS or but yeah, it is at 4 stars indeed. So I would lose out on a bunch of conditions there for that one. That one's maxed. That one's maxed. Kepler Motion, is not, and the Grand Prix car is not maxed out either. That at 3 stars, but everything else maxed out. And even with 201 cars and maxed out, I would still need to star up either the Kepler or just the Kepler to be able to get access to this thing, because there is no other way of starring up the TSR, I don't think. And like, that's the thing, it's just a case of the event starts, you look through the stuff, and even with 201 cars, I'm like, oh well, unfortunate, I can't win this. And that's the thing, it's like, there's no fear of me going like, oh, maybe I can get to it, maybe I can get this, maybe I can get that. No, it's just look at it and go like, oh no, this isn't possible. Or, like I said, starring up that Kepler Motion, which is not a good car. But, my channel got demonetized anyway, because I was a year of working solid. So I can say it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. The cars, useless, and the Grand Prix cars wank as well. The Jaguar itself is a pile of crap anyway. Like, and that's the thing with all of these last season passes. You have special events where you cannot get access to the car, and then even if you can get access to the car, like, I would task anyone who plays this game and pays for it and goes like, well, the season pass is the best value you can get, at least. Don't parrot that shit if you're not actually thinking about it. What have you gotten from the last season passes? Like, it'll either be halfway towards unlocked cars, or else pieces of dog shit at 1 star or 2 or 3 stars, where they're just going to sit in a garage forever and rot because of the fact that, like, just the special events have not been giving enough to actually do anything with the cars. At the maximum, you get to unlock the things, and at worst you get like, oh, here you get a 2-star version of that, you don't get a key though, or here you get some of that but no key, there's no key, or like, it's just awful throughout all of these last events and stuff. It's just bare minimum is you get a car from a special event and it's at 1 or 2 stars. If you just think about it, when you go into like multiplayer, what cars do you pick, and are any of them from the last like 4 or 5 season passes? Is it still gonna be like heading towards your C-class Aranara? Is it the B-class Hurricane Evo? Like, it even like in the A-class of stuff, I can't remember when's the last time. So like, any of these things, the Lamborghini, that's a cool car, but at 2 stars, meh. 4 stars even, Pagani, couldn't even be bothered. Rimac Concept 1, yeah, it's okay. But like, yeah, what do I fall back to for the A class? It's going to be Valhalla, the Genti, or like, yeah, even the Aperta will smoke those just because of the actual, like, straight up impossibility of getting stars for those higher ratings and stuff. But some of the last events, there's been like 6 and 7 people in worldwide, and that's the point where I'm like, okay, the staff who are like sitting behind there being like, man, job well done, guys, yeah, they all need to go. And that's where Unite could be cool enough. Literally get rid of all of the staff who are responsible for running the events like this, because like they need to go. Anyone who gives a green light on this stuff is just like, yeah, absolutely clueless. The way this ran all the time before, when it was in the good era, was everyone would be able to get through those special events and get the majority of the cars at least. Get them at 1 or 2 stars, and then if you wanted to whale out, you could like bring the cars up to 4, 5, 6 stars even. But now it's a case of you have to whale out to get halfway through an event and fail. You've got to whale out times 2 to actually get to the part where you get the car. And then like what, you get into a final event and you're like 3rd, and that puts you in the like bottom 100%. Just insane. But yeah, as it is at the moment, like they are just shoving the cars which were missed, and obviously over the next year worth of cars, into the Switch versions. Those obviously, like doing that through a car hunt is incredibly painful. I seen like a couple of people actually needed both of these cars, and like that's an unfathomable grind really, because you're just like asking people to just absolutely kill themselves. Thankfully I had the Victor maxed out at the start of this, so for me this is just a few like epic import parts that I can get from these. I seen one person at least in my club had this one maxed out at least, but just needed a key from it. So yeah, I had it from the Grand Prix as well, but I think that key gave like 1,000 or so trade tokens. I was looking to see if I actually screen capped it. I did not. Some of these are weird, like some of the emotes and stuff for like 2 trade coins. Was it 1,800 for a spare Cayman key? That's not too bad. F1LM there, right, that was worth quite a bit. 2,800. I guess the key would be well sought after. Volkswagen W12 coupe key mulched. Another Bugatti key gotten rid of. Yeah, some of these ones are kind of odd when you see them coming up again. I have to say one thing from recent screenshots. I know it's coming in here looking for that key. Yeah, speaking of incredible team working on the Switch version, that's not the name of the car. That's wrong. Like, it's not Invincible. That's not the name of the car. I mean, I get it. It's a cool name if it would be the name of the car, but it's not though. It's the wrong name of the car. For God's sake. And it wasn't just on the event as well, it was if you actually went into it. Yup, it was called that inside there. But yes, not the name of the car. Well done. But yeah, congrats to anyone who did get their Invincibles. I mean, that's the name of the car. I'm sure Lamborghini would be proud. But yeah, weird name, but not Invincible. Well, yeah, that team again, you're just like, it's close enough, whatever. See that with so many things in this, either just a case of like whatever, and also see a lot of stuff on Discord where people are kind of going like, oh, this is Nintendo, they don't allow us to fix things in the store, this is Nintendo eShop policy, don't allow updates. Cop on, like, this is typos in your game. This is like the most basic shit that you could possibly do, and it's just like, oh, it's all wrong. This was in the store recently, say for example, Multi-2 exclusive pack. What are those coins in the background? I mean, they weren't from any of the currencies we have, because yeah, that's the wrong currency. It's from the other version of the game. Just sod it. Just throw it in. Who cares? Maybe Nintendo did that. God damn Nintendo. Why did they do this? Or this one here. Great. Small Pure Italia Berlin Hunter Pack. And yeah, for 50 euros it's got Batista blueprints in there and Holly Festival ones. Wrong name of the car. Nintendo stopping us naming cars right. Nintendo, your store is so bad. Absolutely tons of items as well in the store now which have it. Like, I know it's whatever. It's whatever. They don't give a shit. But it's just a case of where you see like these Kepler ones and it's like, okay, so what would you expect to find in a like pack which shows credits, asphalt tokens, and blueprints for the car, and then you go into it and you're like, yep, I see credits and I see blueprints. I've got an incredibly short-term memory, but I thought there was something else. Yeah, tokens, that's right. There's one here. What about the... No, there's no tokens in that either. And like, yeah, it's all over the place. I think the best one I've seen was the St. Patrick's Day event had pictures on the actual like thing here which showed tokens and credits, and obviously there was no tokens inside the packs. And then if you went into them, they also showed like a pack that was different when you went in there, which had like a credits icon on there, and that credits icon pack did not have any credits in it either. And I was just like, it's just whatever to the people who are behind it now. It is people who either don't care or know they're getting fired or whatever, or they have already been fired and it's just some intern who's sent in to like copy and paste some like JPEGs in there. But like, for a game where you're asking like 50 euro for like some of the packs for just a chance to unlock stuff, and you see, oh look, this is one where there is actually asphalt tokens in there and they're not shown in the graphic, then it's just a case of it looks like it's run as some mobile game that's like free to play and has no functioning shop, and when you go to pay for something it asks you for, I don't know, an NFT or something, not something that's run by a company associated with Ubisoft. Like, it is just appallingly bad. But anyway, I'm still going to be playing this shit until see that new thing drop. Unite, by the way, there is one real worrying thing with that. And if you've seen like the announcement about it, yeah, it's talking about like new game engine coming to the Nintendo Switch, new graphics engine. And there's one thing that the Switch has always had that the other version of this game didn't have, and that is the fact of that gasless drift, as in when you put the car into a drift and you just release the accelerator, then it stops the wheels digging in. That is not something that the other versions of Asphalt 9 Legends have. That is like Switch exclusive feature, which is cool, and it is probably like one of the things that makes this game really, really enjoyable to play. And I would just say, like, if that's taken out, it would kind of suck a small bit, because the other versions of the game, the way you have to do that is like, well, there's a few different tricks for going around corners, but they are very different from the Switch version of the game. So I would hope that they would combine both versions of the game and give something that has like analog steering. Wouldn't that be nice? And the gasless drift thing. What would I imagine probably happening? The version from the other versions of the game just overwriting the stuff that's on the Switch, because it doesn't seem to be like doing much to keep the stuff from the Switch. It's just a case of chuck the cars at the version on Switch, bring it up to speed, and then probably just like try and merge them both together. And if that is like a new graphics engine, as in it's going to probably be very bad. I would think if it's going to just pull it and copy paste it straight from the other versions, it is. I don't know, I would not be hopeful unless, like I said, they are just chucking out the team who are working on this version, because they have well proved themselves to be worthless time and again. How many times have you logged in to see we're sorry about the bumpy road, we're gonna figure this one out, and then you like go into the next event and like, yeah, stuff is just misspelled or just stuff missing, and I don't know, a Grand Prix starts off and the game crashes, and you're like, anyone there is staff? No, the staff are gone home for the weekend, and good luck with that. The event doesn't work now. But yeah, as for stuff like the Legend Pass still being like the best value in the game, sure, it is. But it's also terrible value if you think about what you actually get from it. Ranted about it earlier, but like, if you're really happy with, what would you get this season if you didn't have 200 cars? Like, a 2-star Kepler motion and the opportunity to like touch drive, grind out 3 or 4 cars. That's gonna be like about 1,000 races each car, just touch driving them like 1,000 times. Your Nintendo Switch could be doing a lot more fun things than that, and like paying 10 or 15 euros for a month of having your Switch do nothing but touch drive a race, so that you can get a car and then stick it in a garage with 201 other cars. Yeah, that's less enjoyable than, say, almost anything. A special event that would be actually at least having, like I said, the fear of missing out would have been nice, as opposed to a special event where you go like, here's another one. Oh, let's see. Won't get that. Fair enough. It's a shame that there's no time put into it. Oh well. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm still around the place. Maybe with a bit more time now, actually, I might see about maybe putting some of these 200 cars to race in some multiplayer at a point. But yeah, hopefully people who watch this haven't all died. Let me know in the comments below, or with a like, and be like, yay, he's not died. He's just got crazy Einstein-y here now. But yeah, have a good one, guys, and mind yourself on the road.